Timothée Chalamet turned shy New York theater kid into a $25 million Hollywood fortune, stacking movie checks from Dune and Wonka, luxury brand money from Chanel, and a garage of quiet but expensive SUVs and German machines. And today on Iconic Lives, we are peeling back every dollar, every deal, every car, every home, and every family bond that built this new generation money magnet. Timothée Chalamet was born in December 1995 in New York City. Raised in the rough around the edges, artistic heart of Hell's Kitchen, Manhattan, where dreams are big, apartments are small, and every square foot costs real money. His mother, Nicole Flender, was a Broadway dancer who reinvented herself as a real estate broker, walking million-dollar listings and negotiating contracts while raising a son who would one day command blockbuster salaries. His father, Marc Chalamet, came from Nimes in France, building a career as a journalist and editor for UNICEF, bringing a global, educated, cosmopolitan perspective into their modest New York home. This mix of French roots and New York hustle wrapped Timothée in culture instead of cash, in ambition instead of inheritance, teaching him that his future fortune would have to be earned, not handed down. He grew up in an artistic family, exposed to theater, film, and creativity from an early age, long before his name appeared on any marquee. As a teenager, Timothée attended LaGuardia High School of Music and Art and Performing Arts, the same kind of school that turns raw talent into future stars, surrounded by classmates aiming for the big time. While other kids dreamed vaguely about fame, he was already auditioning, taking small roles, and stepping into the New York theater scene, stacking experience instead of dollars, building a resume instead of a bank account. Those early commercials and stage appearances paid modest fees, but what they really bought was credibility, the foundation of a career that would later be worth tens of millions of dollars. In those years, he was the kid who knew lines, hit marks, and treated tiny paychecks like seeds that would someday grow into a financial forest. He was surrounded by other rising talents, including future Golden Globe nominees like Ansel Elgort, proving his circle already lived close to the money he was chasing. His breakout came with roles that mixed critical respect with a growing paycheck, pushing him step by step toward the A-list and a multi-million-dollar portfolio. Call Me By Your Name put his name on the global map, earning him award buzz that does not pay like a superhero franchise, but raises his negotiation power for every future contract. Then came Little Women and Bones and All, where he not only acted but moved into producing, turning creative control into financial leverage, tapping into back-end potential and long-tail income streams. Each film nudged his net worth up, around $6 million in 2020, then about $10 million by 2021 as momentum built around Dune and high-profile projects. With every red carpet, every festival, every critical hit, Timothée quietly turned prestige into purchasing power, turning scripts into assets and screen time into long-term wealth. The real money curve exploded when Timothée stepped into the epic world of Dune and the whimsical magic of Wonka, where blockbuster budgets translate directly into heavy salaries and lifetime brand elevation. Dune Part 1 stormed the global box office with more than $400 million worldwide, proving he could carry a massive sci-fi franchise on his shoulders. Wonka then poured sweetness on top of that power, raking in an estimated $634 million worldwide and stamping his face onto an iconic role that will rerun on screens, streaming platforms, and merchandise for years. Reports project that he earned around $9 million from Wonka alone, one film adding a life-changing layer to his fortune. By 2024, Dune Part 2 arrived and pulled in about $714 million worldwide, strengthening his negotiating position and guaranteeing that future studio checks would only grow fatter. From $6 million in 2020 to about $25 million by 2025, his wealth more than quadrupled, proof that franchise power and smart role choices can flip an actor's financial script in just a few years. Today, Timothée Chalamet's net worth is widely estimated at around $25 million, putting him firmly in the new generation A-list wealth bracket. This number blends film salaries, producing fees, residuals, endorsements, and investments, not counting the future upside of franchise sequels and long-term streaming deals. Celebrity net worth and multiple outlets converge on that $25 million figure for 2025, meaning he has stepped into the same financial neighborhood as long-standing comedy and acting veterans, despite still being under 30. He is not yet in the hundreds of millions like legacy legends, but his curve is steep, and his earning prime is only just starting. For a kid who grew up in a working, creative family rather than billionaire circles, that $25 million figure is the definition of first-generation Hollywood money. A huge accelerator in Timothée's money story is not just films, but fashion and fragrance. where luxury brands pay A-list prices to borrow his image. He signed a massively lucrative deal to become the face of Bleu de Chanel, stepping into high-end perfume ads and campaigns directed by legends like Martin Scorsese. Reports suggest this Chanel contract alone might have delivered around $35 million, more than all his film salaries combined up to that point, turning fragrance into one of his richest income streams. That kind of partnership brings upfront fees, usage rights money, and long-term brand relationships that can spin off into future campaigns and collaborative deals. Every time those ads play, every time his face appears on a billboard, he is not just selling cologne, he is compounding his personal brand value and negotiating power for the next big contract. Add his other endorsement and fashion relationships, and Timothée's face has become a money-making logo. He sits front row at fashion shows, turns red carpets into viral moments, and appears in high-fashion editorials that may not always pay blockbuster fees directly, but create an aura that brands will happily fund in other ways. Luxury houses and designers treat him as a style icon, which feeds right back into his Chanel deal and any future fashion contracts he signs. On social media and in the cultural conversation, every outfit, every look becomes free marketing for companies that end up paying him premium rates to capture some of that energy. In modern celebrity economics, that image equity is priceless and keeps the checks flowing even between film releases. Behind the scenes, his wealth is likely spread across multiple buckets: cash from salaries, equity like back-end participation, residuals, endorsement checks, and the quieter but powerful world of investments. While private details of his portfolio are not public, actors at his level often put money into real estate, index funds, and sometimes startup stakes, leveraging their fame for early access. With parents familiar with real estate and global institutions, he has access to advice that can turn high-tax income into long-term compounding assets. Instead of just burning cash on flashy purchases, Timothée can channel his millions into properties that appreciate, funds that quietly grow, and intellectual property deals that keep paying long after a film leaves theaters. The difference between a rich actor and a long-term fortune is exactly that shift, from one-time paydays to assets that work while he sleeps. Despite his wealth, Timothée's lifestyle reads more low-key luxe than overexposed billionaire excess, aligning with his artsy, introspective public image. Raised in Hell's Kitchen and shaped by creative parents, he tends to project an image of a thoughtful artist rather than a loud spender. Even as his bank balance says he can afford serious luxury. You see him in tailored designer suits, living in high-end spaces, and moving through the world with the kind of privacy that itself costs significant money: security, exclusive hotels, and discreet travel arrangements. Instead of sharing every room and every purchase online, he lets the work and the occasional paparazzi shot hint at the lifestyle without fully revealing it. This quiet luxury strategy helps protect his brand, keeping focus on talent and mystery while the dollars grow in the background. His home life reflects this balance of success and subtlety too. With a mother in real estate, Timothée has grown up understanding the value of property, location, and long-term investment through homes. While specific addresses and purchase prices are kept private for security, the story is a blueprint for how talent plus timing plus smart branding can mint a new era fortune without losing the soul that started it all.